The plant pictured here is in the genus Sempervivum, also called houseleek, hens and chicks, or just Sempervivum. Sempervivums are low-growing rosettes that spread by numerous offsets, hence the common name hens and chicks. The form will be pretty consistent across the genus, with all of the species being a low-growing rosette that spreads profusely, but there will be a lot of variation in the leaf morphology, especially due to the number of hybrids that exist. The leaves are generally linear to obovate to spatulate, with a mucronate to acuminate apex, and they'll frequently have a ciliate margin. Individual rosettes may look a lot like some species of Aeonium, but the form will be different and will really clue you in to what species you're looking at. Sempervivums are low-growing and produce numerous offsets, sometimes on long stolons, which is not what you'll see with Aeonium, that has a more upright form and more of a branching habit with long stems. Some species may be quite tomentose, where it looks like spider webs are growing on top of the rosettes. I'm sure it probably goes without saying at this point, but the leaves will take on a reddish coloration when grown in full sun. And you can see that happening as well on the familiar looking plant in the upper left. Anyone recognize what that is? It looks like a species of sedum, one of the jelly bean leaf types. And you can see here just how prolifically Sempervivum produces those offsets. All the offsets here are from the same mother plant in the back of the photo. Here you can see the long stolons that can be produced to really set those offsets apart from the mother plant. The stolons will typically have small, alternately arranged leaves. Sempervivum may also look a little bit like Echeveria, but Echeveria generally won't have the ciliate leaf margin, and Sempervivum leaves will usually be a little thinner and more flexible than Echeveria, kind of softer, whereas Echeveria are a little more stiff. Echeveria also won't produce those long stolons with the plantlets on the ends. When Sempervivum is getting ready to flower, it will start tilting to the side like you can see here. And you can see the flower stalk already forming on this plant. Sempervivums are monocarpic, so the rosette will die after it flowers. But as you saw from the previous image, there will usually be so many offsets produced that it won't matter when a rosette dies. The inflorescence of houseleek is a cyme, and individual flowers are perfect and star-shaped with actinomorphic symmetry and 6 or more petals, which can be red, yellow, pink, or sometimes white or even pale green. The inflorescence in flowers will also look a lot different than those of Aeonium or Echeveria. Remember, too, that Echeveria isn't monocarpic. Houseleeks are some of the most cold-hardy succulents you can grow due to the high elevations of their native alpine environments. Many can tolerate temperatures to almost 0 degrees Fahrenheit and survive, or even thrive, when overwintered under a thick layer of snow. They are one of the few succulents that can be grown outdoors in much of the U.S., although they don't tolerate a lot of high heat in zones 8 or above. The name Sempervivum means always living, and this is due to the harsh environments where these plants are found, as well as their ability to quickly produce numerous offsets. As an interesting fact, they were associated with immortality in ancient Rome, and Romans would decorate gravestones with Sempervivum. Houseleeks are generally very easy to grow, although you'll want to avoid any stress to your plant as it's getting established, since that may cause it to bolt or send out a flower stalk before any offsets are produced. Grow houseleeks in full sun to part shade, with some afternoon shade in the hottest part of the day. And this concludes our discussion of Sempervivum, or the house leek.